before you guys write it, I potentially made one of the worst play calls in Territorial Cup history, and I will own that. That first and goal on the 2, I won't, that is my fault for calling that play and putting Jayden in a tough position. After that, I think our offense certainly showed the ability to move up and down the field, and that was fun. Our defense took the ball away, I think 5 times today, which was awesome. And the fact that we're sitting here after 6 years, having the Territorial Cup in our hands, playing the way we played. We had 51 plays of offense and 480 yards. We averaged, 17.8 yards a carry. Mike Wiley averaged, which is just incredible. We had 12 completions for 200 yards, so much of explosive plays. And but really in the end, we felt like we were going to run to win, and we were going to get takeaways on defense, and that's what we did. And I'm so proud of our whole team, proud of Jayden handling that. When you're one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the country, and you get told you're going to throw the ball 20 times or 23 times in a rivalry game, and I thought he handled it masterfully up there, got us all in the right checks, got the run game where we wanted it to go, running it at the shade, running it at the 3 technique, whatever we asked for. And in the end, credit to our players. Players win. And we say that all the time, and it was a great feeling in that locker room. Our players deserve that victory and have earned it from how hard they've worked.
How did the cup make its way to you? It was really hard to see what was going on.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I was trying to figure out. I thought we had it all locked in. I had all these protocols in place, but your best laid plan doesn't always work out, I guess. So it was supposed to come to me, to the captain, to Jalen Harris, and then we were going to pass it from there. But then all of a sudden it was mayhem, and I didn't see the cup until I got in the locker room. Got a picture with my guy with the cup, which was awesome, and then been able to pass the cup around to the whole team.
What was that experience like for you seeing the fans storm the field?
Great. A lot better than last year's Swarm. Last year's Swarm was nice because we broke a 20-game losing streak, but building the program where we want it to be was a lot better Swarm. The goal is to have better Swarms, though. The goal is to have better Swarms. That crowd today I thought was excellent. I thought we had a really, really good crowd. But let's sell out next year. Let's just sell out and see what that's going to look like. I think it's going to look, it's going to be a lot of fun. We have our whole offense back, which I'm excited about, and the opportunity to really become really good.
We're both of you. What can you say about Michael Wiley today?
I'll let Jayden take that.
Mike Wiley is kind of expected all the hard work he put in throughout the year, especially with the O-line, how they were blocking up front, getting pushed on the D-line, and just doing what is kind of expected from them every game. So, Mike Wiley's a heck of a player, and, we just expect great plays from him.
Was he cramping up there?
Yeah, I think there was a cramp. There was a few times he was cramping up. It was interesting. I said to him, can he go 75 yards? Yesterday, I think I challenged him. I said, now, hey, if we hit this could be a 75-yard run. Can you handle that? He said, yeah. I wasn't actually expecting that to happen, but it was a 72-yard run, and it was one heck of a run.
How did you discover Jacob Manu? You were obviously recruiting his teammates. What, he showing up on film or what?
Yeah, I would say I would say first, T-Mac kept talking about him to me. So every time I talked to T-Mac and Noah and Kean, they kept saying, hey, now, we got a linebacker here. We got a linebacker here. And so I kind of brought it to our defensive staff, and then I went and watched him play. I went to a Servite game, and he made like 10 or 11 tackles in that game. He caused a fumble, had an interception, and then I just offered him. I offered him that night. I called him up, and because you're not allowed to talk to him, so we called him up, and I got on the phone with him. I said, hey, you want to be a Wildcat, man? I said, I'm trumping our staff on this one. I'm not checking with anyone. I've seen you play, and we want you to be a Wildcat. And it was awesome that he agreed to it. I think it was great for T-Mac and for Noah and Kean that, one of their best friends is joining, and we are happy to have Jacob Manu.
What did you make of that last play?
The strip sack fumble? I made a Gatorade bath out of it, I guess. It was fantastic. It was a unbelievable play by him. He's relentless, but we would talk about it the first couple of weeks of the season when he was on our field for scout team, and Jayden would say like, "Hey, tell 59 to slow down. Like, we're trying to get looks on our scout team, and he's the scout team defender, just making incredible plays, or send him down to the defense," which we ended up sending him down, I think, week 2.
Week 2.
Yeah, and then he started against North Dakota State.
Can you talk about the impact of the young players on defense, not only Jacob, but Isaiah Taylor had that pick as well?
Yeah, it was great to see IT get the pick at the end. It was great to see Isaiah Ward make plays. I mean, Deuce Lane, Deuce Davis. I think Deuce Davis had a great play in the game. It all runs together because there's so many young players. I mean, I don't know, Tai Kangaika, Prysock, Takario. I mean, those are all true freshmen. And then you have the redshirt freshmen, which is IT and Dalton. But I don't know. It feels to me like there's just a lot of freshmen, true freshmen and redshirt freshmen running around the field.
For either one of you, how impressive was their quarterback today?
I didn't really. I kind of don't watch too much of what's going on with. I've been trying to figure out what we're going to do on offense, figure out what we're doing on defense. But he seemed pretty impressive. It seemed like they had a good plan in place. You know, they completed a lot of balls. But you know, in the end, we took the ball away 5 times, which was the most important stat for sure, and the win.
Jayden, what does it mean for the team to pull off this victory, just given how much work you guys have put in throughout the season and how much build-up there was for it?
I feel like this win means a lot, especially for the older guys, all the trials and tribulations they've been throughout their career here. And for the young guys, it just helps them see that this is how it should be here, and this is what is kind of expected with our team that we have. So it's a good win going into this offseason. That's kind of the first thing I told Coach Fisch when we came into the locker room. So
this is 2 years in a row that you've been able to help be on a team that's ended a long losing streak in a rivalry game. Is there any comparison, like this one compared to the previous one? Is it the same kind of feeling?
I'm probably not going to quote him exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's always the next one that's the best one, huh?
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Next one is the best one. That's right. So this was the best one, and then the next one will be the best one after that.
After most of the season, you guys have leaned on the pass, and you've had a big part of that. What was it like for you knowing that you were going to go with a little bit of a different game plan and focus more on the run? How do you compartmentalize being in that situation?
I mean, it's good. It's whatever Coach asks for me. It's just, go out there, just execute it. I have a lot of faith in our O-line and our running backs, whoever's in the game. Just give them the ball and let them go to work. Just kind of get the ball into the playmakers' hands.
Jayden, how tough was it to keep your composure out there? I mean, this might be the most tricky game we've seen this season in over 10 years.
It was kind of expected going into this game, just watching all the past games with Arizona and Arizona State. But it was kind of easy, just kind of leaning on everybody, just keeping the main goal in focus. That we want to win and we can't hurt ourselves. So
there were 6 lead changes in this game, 5 lead changes in the second half. What was it like just to experience that?
Pretty much just back and forth, just football game. We just had to keep scoring, and sooner or later somebody was going to not score on one drive. So.
Yeah, I think we felt at halftime. I told the guys we were down 14-10. I said, if we score on every possession, they're not going to stop us. They're not going to beat us. And we went down there. We scored the first possession to go up 17-14, and then it was a back and forth game. I think we had one possession that we didn't score on. But other than that, I felt like we had this mentality that it was going to be a scoring fest. It's kind of what it was beginning to look like in that second half, and we felt like it was our responsibility on offense to get in the end zone, and on defense was to take the ball away, and that was the challenge at halftime, and the players certainly accepted that.
You don't talk about the team's record very often. It's like the build and 1 week at a time, that kind of thing. But what does it mean to go 5-7 in their second year, and also to finish the season with a win over Aids?
Yeah, I think that really what it comes down to is this, that we really felt as if when we got here that we were going to have to start at the, where it was coming off of a game that it was in 2020, and build it from the ground up, and build it with players first and culture. And we felt that it was going to take time, and we didn't know exactly where we were last year when we got here. We didn't know exactly what the season was going to look like. The season ended, and we felt like going into the offseason, we had a chance to do some really special things. We brought some really good players in here, and the players that stayed were committed to getting better. This season has been a good season in terms of we've competed really well in a lot of games. We all have regrets. We all wish we won more games. But in this case right now, the build is still the build. The build isn't changing. We're still trying to get better. We want to get better. We want to bring in more players, better players, and keep building off of what we did. Jayden's going to get better, right? T-Mac's going to get better. Dorian's going to get better. Jonah's going to get better. Defensively, we have all these young guys. They're all just going to get better. And if we continue to get better, then the build should never end. It's an infinite game. And that's what we tell our team, that it is an infinite game, and all we want to do is just continue to see how good we can be.
That's our time.
Okay, thank you.